Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Aderado Shirenzi, Arina Toshirenzi. Oh, Lorado Shirenzi. Glorious C, sorry about that. Grace C45, Patricia Everson. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Today is Monday, so I will be back later on the other channel doing short readings and a little about entertainment and everything else. Having said that, the latest thing, it's really sad. It seems like there is a crime scene over the lady from MSNBC. I can't remember her first name, but Guthrie. Her last name is Guthrie. Some situation with her mom, and I'm not liking what I said, what I'm hearing, so I'm not going to say anymore. The authorities have it, gave a hint, so keep our fingers crossed. Having said that, in her and our prayers, the family, I should say, sorry. I was watching Morning Joe this morning, and I saw the video online, but the reason why I mentioned Morning Joe is because a lot of people see it, and I'm sure a whole lot of you see that show. And they were showing a video that I've seen on Blue Sky a number of times over the weekend. And it has a reddish Mazda station wagon with 3 agents in it. They basically passed a woman it seems like she was following them because they were agents. And they got out, produced their weapons, and basically, told her to stop and to get out of the car. This is, my friends, exactly what goes on in other countries. And one of my cousins, I'm sorry, I'm using those examples, okay? I wasn't there, but that's the story. He took a taxi. He went to Canada to visit his brother and other relative of ours. He's my father's younger sister, my aunt's son, okay? He took a cab, and on the way from the airport to the main road to go to where he lived at, a bunch of gang members did something like this. They stopped the car. I don't know how many, okay? But that's what that scene reminded me of. And the reason why I'm saying it, I'm mentioning this, is because intuitively I feel, well, if you look at those guys intuitively, they don't look very well educated, and they look like a bunch of zealots, and they are not smart enough to understand they are being used. It's going to come clear to them, but it's going to take a little while. They don't look very bright. If you see the way the one who pulled his gun out first, not the driver, I believe the guy that was in the back, he got out first, then the driver, and then the third guy from the passenger side. I think that's the way I saw it, okay? Those guys are gonna have legal issues, for sure. But the thing is, like I said last week, and I heard it reported this morning, nothing has changed as far as the activities in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, sorry. Well, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I feel like saying the way also Trump spoke this morning, what he wants done with anyone who stands in his way. He's pushing this to a dangerous situation. And like I said, I've been praying and hoping nothing happens. But intuitively, I feel, given the amount of information that's coming out about their planning, I don't know how many of you heard they're planning for a whole network of prisons. Besides, I mean, how many people are going to put in those prisons? They're having difficulties putting the whole network together, but Lord knows how many contracts they have and we don't know about. But the point is, what are they doing with all those things? But I just give that as an example. All these things are making all of us think and wonder, where is this going? And according to report again, the Pentagon is using funds for other governmental programs to fund this activity. Intuitively, I feel it's not only people in Minneapolis that's getting angrier and angrier. And at some point, you pull an elastic so far, after a while it will break. And that's what concerns me. If Republicans don't step up and do something, and in the not too distant future, this elastic is going to break. Because, like somebody posted on our story, and the Washington Post, not Washington Post, Wall Street Journal is sending Trump signals to back off, and his delusional moments or behavior, he's open. Let me backtrack. Intuitively, I feel when I think about Miller, Vaught, and others, Kevin Roberts from the Heritage Foundation, all these people, and like Kevin Roberts warned us, they will spill blood. They've started spilling blood already, but it will get worse. He didn't say that, but intuitively I feel they meant what they say, and I don't see Miller backing down yet. Like I said last week, he had the last word because he knows how to manipulate Trump. Trump agrees with this, otherwise he would not be doing it. Okay? But intuitively, those agents this may not end well for anybody. And Trump's plans for network, it's already out. Also, do you guys remember I told you he was going to suffer, some of his activities in a previous life would be exposed, and things that he's doing right now would be exposed. Some of the stuff that we heard over the weekend, I just thought I would mention it, okay? That's what's going on. And there's going to be, the other reason why I'm mentioning this is because there are other things that are happening right now within government, and people disagree with them, that are going to be coming out as well, and I did predict that as well. Okay? Americans love their country. The direction the country is going, unless you are very simple-minded, you don't understand. I'm talking about agents that are carrying out his orders. Today, they're using you to inflict major pain on others. Tomorrow may be your turn. But intuitively, I feel Miller has convinced Trump to continue doing what he's doing until somebody stopped him. And I feel like my prediction is it's going to happen before they cause too much damage. And the other thing is I had a dream this morning. It's kind of fuzzy, me remembering it, but it seems like there was a lot of activities, like fighting, but the fighting wasn't heavy, okay? But the good guys won, meaning not the Trump camp. I was not shown on how that started. And that's why I'm a little concerned this morning about the direction they're gonna double down. Trump thinks he's king of the world, he can do and put anybody down, and after Venezuela he really feels he can do anything he wants. He's gonna keep pushing his luck until something happens. And if you notice, if you know about his history, that's what he always does. He pushes his luck until somebody say, okay, no more. And that's what's coming. And unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong. I hope cooler head prevail. It's not going to be good. And I believe I've said that before. He will be blamed for it. What is happening in America right now, and I gave that example of those 3 agents who stepped out of the car, the guns out on a woman by herself in the car. Okay, that's what I remember in Haiti when I was there. Okay, that's what they did to people, and we see from what a dictatorship. And there is a lady by the name of Ruth Ben-Ghiat, I believe is her name. Yes, New York University professor and renowned expert on dictators, Dr. Ruth Ben-Ghiat, wrote in the New York Times that Trump's displaying behavior that mirrors the reign of dictators like Italy's Benito Mussolini. It won't end well. I thought I would read this to you because I've said this very phrase before. It won't end well. I feel she's right. I sent a warning to the younger Trumps. I mean, Don Jr. and Eric. Or I'm sure they think I'm a crazy psychic. What she's saying to me is not only a warning to Trump and the people around him. Maybe it's because I'm an intuitive, I'm reading more than, she meant to say. But not ending well. What happened to Mussolini and the people around him. And there may not be killings like I predicted before. The Trump family, even Trump, whether Trump is here, still with us or not, they will pay financially. I don't know how this is going to work and how it's going to happen. But they're going to fail in this endeavor because they're going to continue abusing people. Thank God that Liam, the little boy, was released over the weekend. Okay. And according to report, he refuses or he doesn't believe on the polls, saying how Americans are not liking what he's doing. Okay. So he's going to continue. What Ruth Ben-Ghiat said is what's coming. If I were his kids, I'd beg him to stop. They're not. They all end because the billions that they decided they're going to take a chance. They think it's a business decision, you know. We're going to make as much money as we possibly can, and nobody will be able to touch us. Let's see what happens. It's not going to end well, like Ruth Ben-Ghiat is saying. And it may get worse. But I'm hoping, you guys can figure out what I mean when I say it can get worse. Okay? But intuitively, I feel, most Americans are fed up, they are angry. He's going to double down because he's misreading the room. Bad things can happen. That's my prediction. The other thing is, one more thing, sorry. I did predict that the two killers, Patriots killers, would be found. I'm not sure which publication. Basically, they found out who they are. I don't remember the names. This thing is so upsetting to me. I know I'm going to have to go back to look for their names and all the information that they have just so that I put it on my machine. So when I'm ready emotionally to read these things, I do it. But like I predicted, their name is out. I told you they were not going to be able to keep it secret. It's impossible. And the other thing is, I also predicted that the Epstein files would come out. Something, like I said a little earlier, about intelligence people, intelligence networks. He has gotten so many people angry at him and upset. They are leaking information. And intuitively speaking, he hasn't seen much yet. The leaks are going to get worse, and they're not going to know where it's coming from. They may discover some, but the major ones, there is something that came out, the spreadsheet, I don't remember. I'm not going to get into this, but you guys will know what I am talking about, the spreadsheet. Some of the stuff that he did to some young girls, okay, and they had to send him to different Johns, something to that effect, because I'm going to tell you why I don't like reading these things, and those of you who are intuitive will get it. People's sexual behaviors is not my thing. I stay away from that. So I don't read those things because I don't want to start seeing pictures and the suffering and shame of those young girls. That will get me angry like this. So I don't want to look at it. I don't want to get into it at all, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That stuff. He's running around trying to figure out who did that, who released those information, because it seemed like he thought his secrets were well hidden. Not with Epstein. Okay? And that's why a lot of people, intuitively I feel, think Putin has something on him. And as we know, Epstein cared about his money. He loved his lifestyle. Mansion all over the place, on an island. And he's blackmailing the super wealthy. A lot of them today are saying, it's not me. What was this song again? Shaggy's song, I don't remember. You guys know what I'm talking about. Shaggy, I don't remember the name of the song right now, but you guys know what I'm talking. It wasn't me. Something like that. Okay. A lot of people are going to be in trouble But the main reason I'm bringing this up, like I predicted, there will be information coming out like he won't know. They'll be shocked because he's trying to block the files from coming out. My prediction is there's nothing he can do. The file is coming out, whether it's lawfully from Congress, turning things over, or the nastiest parts by drip and drab. I think that's how they say it. Okay. Intuitively, the way I'm seeing the Epstein thing going, among other faux pas he's making, the economy and other things, if you were to read Professor Ben Ghiat's article, he has crested, he has peaked. Intuitively, I said it before, like I said, I can confuse time, you know what I mean? And I don't know by what happened that makes her feel that way, but I agree with her. Intuitively, I feel he has reached a point of no return, meaning he won't be able to save his presidency. And Republicans can go out all they want, make a fool out of themselves because they're going to pay for it. By losing the seats that I predicted some years ago, 6, 7, but I did not know at the time he was going to have a second term in the House. In the White House. Yes, Republicans are going to be blamed for all of this. There is no reason for them to allow one person to put the country through this. Losing our reputation, destroying our economy, among other things. The anger is going to be off the chart. And some people are saying November is going to be, election-wise, a bloodbath, a blue wave, or an American wave. I don't think it's going to be a blue wave. It's going to be an American wave because it's going to have to do about America, not Democrats or Republicans. Americans are not liking what's going on today. And my friends, those of you who are worried and concerned, those who are perpetrating lies and hurting people, those networks that they're building today, maybe they may have to, take one of those buildings to incarcerate them. Every single person. They won't be able to say, well, I was ordered to do this. No. All go into prison. And let me tell you, intuitively I feel, every single person that's on video abusing immigrants or Americans, right now they think they're covered. I feel sorry for them. They are not only going to lose their freedom, their livelihood as well, if I don't know how long, for an infraction like abusing your power, what the sentence is, I don't know. But when they get out, their lives will be over. They're going to be paying somebody because they will be sued. I forget, and not criminally, but for money. I can't think of the right word right now, but you know what I mean. Okay. Every single one that's on video. Because, I don't know anything about how that stuff works, but there is a spreadsheet somewhere. Everything is organized. Okay. Which group is going to take part in or monitor the activities of migrants where. the way they are deployed. They don't randomly deploy them. They have certain, they have teams deployed in areas. They are assigned. They can easily find out when this situation falls apart, and it's going to come. They will figure out who they are. I mean, I believe it's the New Republic who figured out those two gentlemen who killed Pretty. Never mind. When this is over and the government is starting to get back on its feet, start investigating. It will be easy to find out. And Norm or anyone else cannot save them. They cannot destroy anything. If I were them, I wouldn't. Well, things are backed up. It's just like, when was that, Saturday or Friday? They posted a file about Trump on DOJ's website. They pulled it out and then they put it back on. It's because the minute you post something, I'm giving you the internet, the example of the internet, okay, but in the computer systems as well, they backed up. The same thing, that's what happened on the DOJ website. The minute you post something, there are people out there that are watching. They copy everything. So the notion that you're going to post something, put it back and fool people is not going to happen. So my friends, none of those people who are abusing Americans or anyone else, they won't get away with it. No. So definitely, this morning I had a frightening moment as well. For a minute there, I had to calm myself down. As we know, there is an initiative going on in Haiti to suppress and help the country rid of gangs. I am seeing pictures. There is a thing. I have a dedicated machine. I mean, not a machine. Well, it's a machine, but tablet. I don't use my regular machine. And I go, there is an application. Hang on a second, I'll tell you what the name is. But anyway, that I go to, Telegram, because I don't trust those things. There are, certain applications I don't trust. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't trust it. And there you can post videos and pictures of what's happening in Haiti that you can't post on YouTube, okay? It's so painful. Young people, I saw pictures of young people who are gang members, okay? A couple of them basically, I guess they get shot in the head or something to that effect. It's I'm not going to try to explain it. It's very sad to see 18, 20-something-year-old being killed because somebody is using them. The chief gangsters, they're using those young people, just like we are seeing happening. And this is not going to happen in this country. Yes, that can happen any place. I'm not saying it for this country. The reason why I'm giving you that example is because I saw that. No, because I woke up around 5:30 this morning. When I was finishing the bathroom, that's when Morning Joe came on and they started showing that video about that reddish Mazda I told you about that had 3 agents come out. They are being used, committing atrocities. Those young gang members were perpetrating atrocities on the population. The difference is they are young and those guys are adults. They should know better, regardless whether they are educated or not. They are Americans. They should know better. But they decide to not to do that. But the point I'm trying to make is it's the same atrocities. It simply hasn't reached the level that those young guys, I mean, well, forget the young or old, how they were killed. And nobody cares. I mean, their gang member brothers care. But the population, they're happy because we got rid of the killers. But it's the atrocities. It scared me. I'm not quite sure I can convey this, but it can happen here. It's not happening, and I don't think it's going to happen. I did not see a difference between what's happening over there after I saw that video. Like I said before, we can potentially have the same thing here. And watching those two events back to back scared me. I had to sit here, I'm like, oh my God, I had to convince myself it's not going to happen here. It's not going to get that far. Okay? I'm not going into detail, but it wasn't a nice picture. I don't save them in my computers. I want to. I saw it once. No, I've had enough. But it is a very scary situation that we are in right now. Don't be afraid. I'm talking for the country. Okay. Unfortunately, I spoke about this in coded word. I put it the reverse way. I said people like Miller and Temple and company, they have no idea what they are getting themselves into. They will not walk away from the field. They're going to have to be removed. I put it that way at that time. Okay, I'm still going to put it that way. Hopefully it's going to be legally. These guys are not going to back away. That's my prediction. They're going to have to be forced to look for another line of work. Hopefully in time. But yes, the atrocity that I saw this morning, it can happen here. But hopefully, I feel intuitively they will be stopped. But those two agents, the way I'm getting them, I don't put anything past them. The agent that stopped that woman that was driving that red Mazda, let's hang in there, my friends. We're going to win. And Ruth Ben-Ghiat agrees with me. She said, this will end. It's not working out for Trump. And that's what I feel as well. They've lost, they've lost their way to Project 2025. They took the wrong detour. They're not going to find their way back. That's my prediction. Let's hang in there. Okay, I hope if you have questions about anything I say, my friends, please post them. Even if I don't answer right away, it's because I am so, I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, I need a break from this. But I can't take a break. If you have questions, please post them. If there is something I didn't finish saying or you didn't understand, please post them, let me know. Marilyn Landis says 15,000 Haitians in Springfield, Ohio live there since 1990s, 1992. Yep. In fact, I know a couple of, these people are here legally. They are Americans now, and they have, oh my God. I just remember. I mean, when I was in college, he was doing his residency here, one of my friends, and one of his daughters got married. He's married with kids. So that reminds me how old I am. But they live in Ohio. But some of the family, it seems like they moved to Florida. I have not gotten in touch with them. I haven't seen them in a while. At least 5 or 6 years. But the thing is, yes, there are a lot of Haitians in Ohio. And yes, GPS is over. Unfortunately, we know how Trump feels about, mostly Stephen Miller feels about anyone who is different from him. You can be white and be different from him too, or he perceives you as being different from him. you know. Yes, it's going to be a tough few months for Haitians. I didn't mention it because I'm not seeing anything good until the situation changes. What we are going through right now, until that changes, I'm not getting anything to anything that's good that we don't know about already without being a psychic. Okay. Let's see. Please, post your questions. Even if I don't reply to them every day if I'm busy, working and keeping up to date with what's going on. But I always try to answer. And at first I read them because I won't be able. I read them to make sure, basically, there are some people, I don't know, they post some stuff. I feel I have to remove them. And I do. But it's okay. That comes with the territory. So, but I may not have enough time to reply. That's why I leave it, and then I'll go back to it. Okay. The Christian McCracken says, I've always said there will be whistleblowers. Well, they are coming out now in full force because a lot of them intuitively, I feel, are getting antsy because they feel it's getting late. Yes, Miss 18, yes, it wasn't me. A lot of people from Wall Street and the White House. Lutnick says, it wasn't me. No, I only went to that house once, my wife and I, and we left. We said, never, we'd never do that again. He lied. According to the email, well, Lord knows how many times, but a lot of them are singing, it wasn't me. I think they should have a talk with Shaggy. All right, let me scroll up. Polycarpe, Pluto conjunct Regulus. Yes, Trump. Polycarpe and Baby Doc had better manners than Christy Norm. And did Pammy go to Epstein Island in her formative years to learn about the birds and the bees from Uncle Donald, aka Fess? Oh my God. Well, let me leave this. Oh boy. I don't want to, I better stay serious. I'm looking for questions. Oh yeah, I know where I got questions. Some of you asked me questions. The problem is I may not be able to answer all of them. Okay. The thing is, did you guys hear about those agents are roaming the halls of different hospitals, and I believe in Arizona and Minneapolis. So, okay, I think this is it, friends. Somebody asked me what's going to happen with the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, it feels like to me, if well, I think Robert is going to be forced out at some point. And if things don't change, they will increase the number of judges. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but that's what I feel is coming for the Supreme Court. I won't have time. That's the only question I can answer. I will answer more tomorrow. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Oh my God, yes. Thank you, Kenneth Langsley. I forgot his name. I saw it Saturday, but there's so much going on. And yes, I'll talk about it this evening. Thank you for reminding me. I forget his name, but the son of Sanford and Son. I can't remember his name right now. I didn't know. I saw a video of his some months ago. And suddenly I heard he passed. He left us. Desmond, I believe, I'm not sure if it's his last name, but I think one of his name. I don't know if it's the last or the first. I believe it's Desmond. Yes. If you like the channel, Demon. Thank you very much, Janet Brown. I said Desmond. I was close. Damon Wilson. Thank you very much, Christina 6104. Yes, everyone. If you like the channel and you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up, everyone. That would help me a lot. And I'm sorry I keep stopping and reading what I'm seeing, because some of that stuff is important. So thank you again, everyone. I'll see those of you who usually attend my evening show. I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, bye.